Hi everyone, we're making our Victorian sewing boxes. So I thought we'd start out our video series on how to get set up with cutting out our fabric and just a few little tips and tricks on how to do it. So you should all have all your bits of cardboard, hopefully numbered. I don't know whether you can see on the video very well, but I'll talk you through what each of the bits are for and what we want to do with cutting them out. So the first one we want to cut out is our big number 7. So I've got 2 different colours. I've got my outer fabric is a nice purple fabric, and I've got my inner fabric is a pretty orange contrasting colour. So we found that the best way to do it is have a pretty simple pattern for the outside, so that if you do have patterns that they're not too big for the outside panels, or at least line them up, and then something nice and contrasting for the inside so it pops. So the very first one that we want to cut is from our outside fabric, and this is the biggest piece that we have, and that's for the box lid. And if we cut this one first, then we know we're going to have enough fabric. So for the outside fabric, you're going to need about 1/2 meter by about 1/2 meter, and for the inside fabric you'll need about 1/2 meter by about 1/4 meter, roughly. Depends how much you waste and how close you cut things, but that's roughly how much you'll need as a guide. So make sure you cut out number 7 first. So number 7 is the cross-shaped one with the little scores for the box lid, and this one's a little bit different to all the others. So when we cut out the fabric for this one, we want to give 5 centimeters either side around the edge of the cardboard. So I'll just pop this down so you can see what I've done here. So I've cut out a square around the edge of the cardboard, and I've got 5 extra centimeters either side. So you've actually got 10 whole centimeters around the size of this one. So this one's 16 by 16, and so the fabric's actually 26. It doesn't matter that I've got this funny edge here, you won't see that because that'll be tucked in, but I've got that extra 5 centimeters on either side. But that's a lot more than you're going to need for anything else, and that's just because we've got to cover off the inside here, but you will see those edges there. So that's number 7. So make sure you do this big one first. All the rest of them on the outside of the box are fairly straightforward. So working backwards from 7, we've got number 6. So that's our little one here. Now all of the rest of these we do about 1.5 centimeters from the edge of the cardboard on either side. So that's a total of 3 centimeters extra from whatever dimensions each of the bit of cardboard is. So number 6 is 3 by 10. So we want to do extra 3 centimeters on that one. Number 5 is your little square here. So sorry, I didn't say what this one was for. This one's for your pincushion in the middle. Number 5 is the base of the inside box. Now number 4, you should have 4 of the number 4s. And all of these, remember, we're just doing that extra 1.5 centimeters around the edge. So you should have 4 of the number 4s. So remember to do fabric for all of them. And we've got 4 of those because they'll slot in around our base like so. So that's our inner box sides. Number 3 is the base of our outside box. So we're going to sew the leaves of our box to base number 3. Number 2 is the outside base, if you like. So that's going to get glued underneath and hide a lot of our sewing. And then number 1, you should have 4 of the number 1s, and they're going to sit all around number 3. And we're going to stitch those on as well. So all that extra bit of fabric is so that we can just fold the fabric over and glue it. So we'd fold it over on both edges, and then we can fold and glue the other side as well. So I'll do some more on that later on. So that's all the ones for our outside fabric, and numbers 1 through 7. On our inside fabric, now these ones, if this was our outside box, these ones sit on top, and these are covered in our contrasting fabric, and they also have wadding that goes on top. So you can get away with that 1.5 centimeters around the edge, but it's a little bit tighter to fold over. As you can see, you don't have as much space to glue if you use 1.5 centimeters with the wadding. So you can use 1.5 centimeters, or you can use 2 if you like. It just gives you a little bit more room to maneuver with the glue if you do it that way. The wadding, just cut that a little bit smaller than the size of the cardboard. If you just chop that off a little bit smaller, you'll find that it's a little bit easier to get it to sit nicely, because if you find that the wadding is curling over, it tends to look a little bit bulky. Whereas if you just chop the wadding just that little bit smaller, it'll actually turn out a lot nicer. So the sizes we have for that are size 8, and that sits on the inside leaves of the box, like so. We have size 9, so you've got 2 of these. So we've got 4 of size 8, 2 of size 9. So that sits on the inside and on the outside of the box. Now, be careful with this size 9. We actually need one of the inside colour and one of the outside colour. So I've put it with the inside ones because we need it to have wadding as well, but we actually need one of your inside colour and one of your outside colour. So make sure you've got one of each. And then finally, we've got your number 10s. So your number 10s sit on your, if I can find them, sit on your number 4s on the inside leaf of your box, like so. And that's all of the cutting that we have to do. And that's where I'll leave it for now.